Dear students, today I will discuss about the application of biotechnology or genetic engineering. So you know that there are a number of ways in which we are manipulating the gene. Already we have learned it in previous chapter, that was biotechnology principle and mechanism. So there are a number of fields where we can apply the biotechnology for human welfare. So now there are a number of areas where there is good application of biotechnology, such as application of biotechnology in field of agriculture, application of biotechnology in field of medicine, application of biotechnology in field of industrial area, application of biotechnology in environment, as well as there is production of transgenic animal. So there is broad area which has been covered by the application or useful techniques utilized for human welfare. Now, biotechnology in the field of agriculture, why it is very essential? We know that empty stomach doesn't bring the peace on this earth. Now, whole world is overpopulous, and therefore it is responsibility of the scientists to fulfill the stomach of the people. For that, to achieve the extra production, what was the conventional method in field of agriculture was not sufficient to fulfill the requirement of food worldwide. Therefore, it's a very important aspect which has been covered by biotechnology, that to develop the higher yielding variety through genetic engineering, to develop the resistant variety from the pest and pathogens, and to develop the variety regarding the quality, such as vitamin-rich food. So therefore, one by one we'll discuss about all these processes, how the biotechnological process or biotechnology is very helpful for human welfare. So first, application of biotechnology in field of agriculture. So with the help of biotechnology, we have produced number of GMO crops, means that is genetically modified crops or genetically engineering crops. So one thing is there, that is plant, bacteria, fungi and animal whose genes have been altered by manipulation are called genetically modified organism, that is known as GMO crops. Genetic modification has number of steps, that is make crop more tolerant to abiotic stresses, cold, drought, salt and heat. One thing is very important, whenever at the time of harvesting, before the harvest, sometimes our crops are well to do, but there is some of the climatic stresses like fog, high temperature, as well as pathogenic attack. So they disturb, and therefore, with the help of biotechnology, we have developed the varieties which are very much tolerant, having tolerance as well as pathogenic resistant has been developed. So second, reduce the use of chemical pesticide. Therefore, we with the help of biotechnology develop the pest resistant crops. So to kill the pathogens, pesticides are used. So what will be there? They are creating the pollutant as well as They are very toxic for the environment. To stop that, pest-resistant variety has been developed in the field of crops to solve this problem. So help to reduce post-harvest loss. That is, harvesting is collecting the grains after the field and post-harvesting. So we, with the help of biotechnology, we have developed the variety when there is after keeping our grains after the harvest will maintain their quality. So that is one of the also very important aspect. Increased efficiency of minerals uses by plants. This prevents early exhaustion or fertility of soil. So sometimes some of the variety are unable to take minerals from the soil, but efficiency developed in some of the varieties, they may persist as well and produce high yield. Enhance nutritional value of the food as vitamin A rich rice, that is golden rice, has been developed by the biotechnology, that is rich of vitamin A, named golden rice, and there is flour for tomato has been also developed by the help of biotechnology, and it delays the ripening and therefore it can store the shelf life of the tomato has been increased, and it was a great achievement by the help of biotechnology. Now another, that is BT cotton, which is genetically modified crop, has been developed and it is very useful. And how it acts? So that is a worm which attack on the cotton and disturb and destroy whole plant at the time of when they develop. So what will be seen that Bacillus thuringiensis produce protein that kill certain insects such as Lepidoptera, tobacco, butworm, coleopterans, beetles and diapterans, flies and mosquitoes. So there is a protein which has been produced by Bacillus thuringiensis. So what the biotechnologists did in this field, this Bacillus thuringiensis for protein crystal which contain a toxic insecticidal protein, but it is inactive. Production is there, but it is inactive. So what will happen? When an insect ingests the inactive toxin, this is converted into active form of toxin due to alkaline pH of the gut. So inactive toxin, crystalline protein is inactive. Whenever it gets the alkaline medium, then it be active and having the showing the toxicity. So what happens there? The active toxin bind to the surface of midgut epithelial cells and create pores that cause cell swelling and lysis and eventually cause death of the insect. So what happens there? So this Bacillus thuringiensis having a gene, and that gene is responsible to synthesize crystal protein, cryoproteins, and that was inactive. So the idea was taken that if this gene has been inserted into cotton plant and then cotton plant have the foreign gene, or it will become the transgenic plant, and that foreign gene, that crystal or cryo genes will insert it into the cotton, and that cotton produces crystal protein, and whenever worms will attack and on leaf, as soon as leaf will be eaten up by the worms, that crystal protein will go into the gut. As soon as it go in middle gut, alkaline environment of gut will activate the protein, ultimately it becomes the toxic and worm will be dying. So this is the idea behind that, and our scientists, our biotechnologists achieve this goal. So the toxin is coded by gene named CRY. The proteins encoded by genes CRY-IAC and CRY-IIAB control the cotton woolworm, while that is CRY-AIB controls the cotton borer. So this is the idea Bacillus thuringiensis, that proposed model of action of toxin. So just to see that there is infection, and whenever this taken by the plants, taken by the worm, and then there will be protein, and whenever it is coming into gut, and then it will, the CRY protein is inactive as soon as it go into the gut through the leaves, and what will be there? It will be active and having the toxin, and worm will be die. So these genes are isolated from the Bacillus thuringiensis and incorporated into several crop plants such as cotton, which produces BT cotton, or that is transgenic plant. So whole idea has been taken into account, and this was the great achievement. Number of transgenic plants which was resistant to pest, resistant to insect, as well as resistant to abiotic stresses has been developed, and it was very important to save our crops, to have the, or to achieve the highest yield without any disturbance. Now another technology which has been utilized in the field of agriculture, that is RNA interferences, which is known as RNAi. It is also known as antisense RNA technology. Antisense RNA technology. RNA interferences is a strategy that takes place in all eukaryotic organisms as a method of cellular defense. This method involves silencing of specific mRNA due to a complementary double-stranded RNA molecule that bind to and prevent the translation of mRNA, that is silencing. What I am suggesting you how it has been achieved. You know that at the time of transcription there is a DNA molecule. If there is gene, and gene will be transcribed on the process of, or by the process of transcription, and there is production of mRNA, and mRNA is single-stranded. Whenever mRNA will be produced and it will go for the translation, a protein will be synthesized. What happens there in this process? Antisense RNA technology, or that is also known as RNA interferences. A DNA transcribed mRNA, and similarly another complementary RNA will be synthesized and inserted into the organism, and then both RNA will be complementary to each other and bind and form a double-stranded RNA molecule. So what will be there? If it will be double-stranded, therefore the translation process will be stopped. There, that is also known as mRNA silencing. If transfer RNA doesn't work, means that it will be silent by the action of forming the double-stranded RNA. The source of this complementary RNA could be from an infection by viruses having RNA genome or mobile genetic element, and already I have discussed earlier in the form of transposons. RNA interferences was first used to counter a nematodes which infect the root of tobacco plant and causes a great reduction in yield. Using agrobacterium vector, nematode specific gene were introduced into the host plant. The introduction of DNA produced both sense and antisense RNA in the host. What earlier I told you, there is production of double-stranded RNA, and therefore it stops the process of translation, and therefore the particular enzyme or protein will be blocked. So the two RNA being complementary form a soluble, a double-stranded RNA that initiated RNA interferences and thus silence the specific mRNA or nematodes. So that nematodes which are releasing a toxins, it will be blocked. So the consequence was that the parasite could not survive in the transgenic host expressing specific interfering RNA. So all these ideas have been taken from the genetic engineering and enhance the quality, the stability, resistance, high variety has been developed to produce high yield to fulfill the stomach of the people of the whole world. Thanks.